Hi, this is Vishal, and we are working on the series of TDD in the Kotlin. So, as you know, that we are doing conversions of all Java TDD tutorials into the Kotlin because of some user requirements. So, first we have to cover all those parts which we have done already in Java sessions. That means all TDD related to the unit testing we have to convert in Kotlins first. So this is the day we have to work for the Espresso, and my last tutorial we that is related to the how we can start the work on Espresso, and one login form we have covered on that, how we can check the button press, that means on button clicks performance on that, input values on that. So that means that the start of Espresso of UI testing. So there are many phases we have to work for the testing. So first we have to cover our unit testing, and then there are a lot of tutorials or a lot of sessions related to the integrate systems, and that means a complete pyramid we have to cover on that. So as we are session on the recycler view. Okay, so we have to test that because of the recycler is important part on a testing phase. And here we have to cover how we can work with unit testing on the recycler view. That's already been done in Java first, and for the theory part I provide the link, but here I give you the little bit theory also, so you'll learn. But how we can work with this, that means there's a difference between some libraries because that was the little old, but the working is same here in a Kotlin. And before we start, just I'm giving a thanks to all for my users, their good comments, like, shares, and I have noted your future requirements and will soon make a videos on that. So must watch my series of sessions related to your Kotlin and Java both. Okay, thanks so much. And the little difference is there we work with that means old approach little in a Java. There we work with your JUnit, that means support designs, and that is old app compact likewise. But here we have to work with your Android X, the updated one in your Kotlin and Java also. Okay, but only the library differences, migration differences, nothing else. So just go for the test is same almost. So here we start for the Kotlin. For the Kotlin we need these test rules, test runner, and core that we have done last time in Espresso. But the most important library today for uh, your recycler view test, we need it, that is called your contrib, because without contrib we can't achieve this test. So that's important part of the contrib. So here you have to put and must check your versions. This is 3.1.0, 3.3.0, that's be the latest version, you have to put it. And here we have a recycler view and the card view. So just we have to start these things on the Kotlin, how we can do that. Okay, and the rest as on my last sessions we have covered that unit testings and other stuffs, and these pyramid values we have to cover on. Okay, so that means your small test, medium test, large test. So here we have an integration test, and so here we have to work on the UI test at this time. So integration test and complete system testing. So in my coming sessions we have to cover all these stuffs. Okay, so let's start it in Android Studio. Okay, so now we have to start on Android Studio, and here we need some dependency that's we discussed, that is your simple recycler view, card view for the recycler card view implementations, and this is your Espresso core, rules, runner, and the most important is contrib. So here I'm using the version 3.3.0, or if you want 3.1.0, and these two be versions be there available. So this is the latest one. Okay, so we have to work with this all stuffs, and this is the main activity in which we created a simple recycler view. If you do not know how to create a recycler view in a simple way, you must watch my previous sessions of the Kotlin, how can implement the recycler view on that. So it's a very easy in a Kotlin to implement this kind of recycler view with the adapter. Okay, this is my adapter, and just a simple uh, values I provide to that. So first we have to go for the testing for the recycler view. So here we go for this main activity, and here first we have to go for the go to, and this your test. So this is a simple test. Create the new test, and this is your main activity test, and under that JUnit 4. It's so easy. And if you want to work with the setup, so you can use tear down. Otherwise I will describe you what's the use of the before and after, but at this time just we have to go for only test, just basic things. And here you have to go for the Espresso. Whenever the work with the Espresso, you go for the Android test. Okay, so say okay. Once test be ready, uh, you have to apply the basic thing, that's be the rule. Okay, so we have to work with the rule. That is the most important part of the test. So as I discussed before, so this is your rule, and sometimes it creates an issue, so you can use JVM field. So that's the important part of the rule. Okay, so here you have to go for your public var activity rule, and that's be the rule. That's directly we have to call this activity test rule. Okay, and that test rule be your for our main activity, that class dot java. So we have to go for the test activity rule. That is a most important part whenever you work with this. So this is the first way you have to cover this activity rule for the activity test rule. And here before and after we'll describe you some other day when we do some deep testings. So here just first follow the simple Espresso. This is your test. Okay, and here you give any name to that, recycle view test. Okay, so simple implementations. First we needed this kind of stuffs. So as I described in your last test that whenever you work with the Espresso UI, it works in three major areas. Number one is your view matchers, then we go for the view actions and view assertions. So these areas we have to whenever you work you have to focus on. And here I also describe these three areas and three ways to achieve the Espresso. Number one, that means on a particular click items, how we can do that, and how to scroll down that, and how to use the view assertion with the name. So these important parts first we have to cover for the Espresso recycler view. Then there be lot of more things whenever you work with the recycler view. So let start the things with and your how we can work with the view matchers or likewise that. Okay, so first what we needed a recycler view. So your Espresso dot on view, and here with ID. Okay, you have to call that with the ID r dot id dot recycler view. Give I mean you have to call this by IDs, and here to perform what we needed a recycler view actions. So whenever you work with Espresso, it gives you a very good things. That's be a good class. That's your recycler view action in which we have to work, and we have to work with action on item at position. So for which view holder you have to work, because of in a Java, if you don't use that view holder, it automatically will take, but in a Kotlin sometimes it creates an issue. Okay, so you can say the recycler view dot what be your view holder, whatever is the name of that holder. Okay, and here I want to click the second or third item, and this is your performance. So all done. So these things, this is the first way how you can get that particular recycler view. And I want to click on the second item or a third item, whatever you want, and check the things that it's work or not. So you do not need to click on that, it automatically click as I described you on the last time. That means everything should be automatically be work on your emulator or the real device. So just check it how it works with the recycler view. So that's the first part. Okay, so here we can see that how the test be passed or failed. So let's see what be the result. A Gradle build finished, and so yeah, it works, and then click on particular value. So if you want to slow down this speed, and I told you must watch my Java sessions in that how we can Windows animations off or this kind of approaches I applied, or you can use the system timer slow down with that. Okay, so there's a lot of strategy, but after all the test is passed. Now we have to move on the second test, how we can scroll down the things. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so now we have to move for the second part of this session. That's we have to scroll down that total items count. So if you want to find that there be total items, and it's be according to adapter or not, so we can cross check it on the UI. So let's see. We have to use that particular rule as we applied above. So say first we have to find the recycler view. That's your recycler view, and that is for your dependency on the activity rule. Okay, so that activity rule and that particular activity we have to find. Just wait. Yes, for this recycler view. Okay, so here we have to check for the adapter using the activity rule. So for we need it item count, and that item count is your recycler view dot adapter and item count. Okay, so that's with the cross check the null value we have. So if we can say item count is not equal to null, we have to use that Espresso and test for on view with ID. That's your r.id dot recycler view. Okay, and then we have to check performance. So we have a perform, and here the performance is based on always be, that is on recycler view actions dot scroll to position. There are many testing related to the recycler. I will show you on my coming sessions also. Okay, so here we have to find that's your recycler view dot view holder, and here and the last we have to cover that particular item. So you can say item count dot minus, that means up to -1 we have to count. That means we started from the 0. So item -1. So this is the way you can work with that Espresso. So see what be the result for this second part of the total counting of the items. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, now we can see that the result be here. uh, because of animation is so fast, so I haven't slowed down this emulator speed. So you learn from Java, so you can see that the test is passed. Okay, now we have to work for the last testing. That's we can get the values for the particular item by the name or by position. Okay, so this test, let's see how we can do that. So this is your Espresso dot view and on view, that's your view matchers. Okay, for the view matchers we have to work with this view ID. So as we have worked with the view assertions on last time, I already described to you how we can work with the actions and assertions. And this is your perform, and that performance be your recycler view actions dot your action on item at position, and here your recycler view dot view holder. Okay, and I want to click on the 5th position, and this is your click item. So with this I want to test also the where well item name item, and that item your string kind of item that is in your list. So if you see the list, the Martin or take anyone, so here you just copy paste it, the Martin, and you can say Espresso dot on view with text, and that text be your name item. So we can fetch that particular item on that. So this is your check, this is your matches, and that matches, if it is match then it displayed. So that's the way you can work with the particular item positions. That means this name is on particular item position or not, or you can find it, or you can cross check the things. So these will be the last stuff of this session. Now we have to run. We just practice on the basic related to the Recyclerview. We will work more on Recyclerview. There is a lot of testing related to this, complex testing also. But first we run this test. Okay, so now we can see the result of the last test behave, uh, whether it is passed or failed because of the name matches. Yeah, it's passed because of name is there. So you can do this test on your emulator or on your real devices, but if you want to slow down the speed, there are many ways as I described you. Okay, and if you want to learn more about it, I provide you a session link of the Java, so must learn from there for related to the theory part. uh, okay, so thank you so much for the day, and we'll make more sessions related to the TDD, that means system integrations, and other tests be also in a queue. So we learn on both Java and Kotlin as well. So thank you so much again.